Coming up in tonight's bulletin, Prime Minister Manele defends his decision to reassign Honourable Lency Vokia to the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Survey. The Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock and Sappi Farm today launched the Sappi Farm Pack House. And the Ministry of Environment is monitoring current developments along the Matanika River to ensure compliance with environmental laws. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Sharon Nanau. Prime Minister Honourable Jeremiah Manele defends his decision to reassign Honourable Lency Vokia to the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Survey following internal controversy and mounting public expectation for stronger disciplinary action. Minister Vokia in May this year was involved in an unauthorized trip to Vietnam and the controversial signing of an MOU with the SI Group. The SEZ bill was passed by Parliament on 26 May 2025. The following day, Minister Vokia and his delegation departed for Hanoi. By 2 June 2025, a sweeping MOU had been signed with the Vietnam-based SI Group, naming the group as strategic advisor, priority investor and global promoter of Solomon Islands' first special economic zone. Honourable Manele, during his office press conference today, says the decision he has made was not a light decision.
I understand that many expected a stronger disciplinary measure. The decision was not made lightly. Followed internal discussions within our coalition government, the Government of National Unity and Transformation, or GNAT, which I lead. It was made with a broader national interest in mind as well. Leadership sometimes requires looking beyond what is expected to consider what is necessary. This reshuffle was not about excusing the breach of cabinet processes. It was a deliberate and considered response, one that upholds the principle of accountability while safeguarding the unity and stability of government. In a coalition setting where multiple parties and interests must work together, leadership often involves balancing principle with practicability. Our priority, ladies and gentlemen, remains clear, and that is unity and stability. These are the essential foundations upon which we build progress. Without them, the implementation of policies and the delivery of services are compromised. Political differences are a natural part of our democracy, but they must not threaten the cohesion or effectiveness of government. Minister Vokia remains a member of our coalition.
Prime Minister Manele reiterated his commitment to responsible governance, noting that political differences must not compromise the functionality of government.
The reassignment reflects our approach to maintaining stability, ensuring the government continues to function effectively, and enabling us to stay focused on the reform agenda. The Government of National Unity and Transformation was formed following the 2024 general elections, as you know. It brings together political parties and independent members with a shared commitment to advancing peace, stability, and inclusive development. Coalition politics will always involve diversity of thought and differing approaches. That is the nature of democracy. But my commitment remains to govern responsibly, guided by our nation's long-term interests and with a steady focus on delivering outcomes that matter to the people of Solomon Islands.
Now, the Solomon Islands agriculture sector marked a major milestone today with the official launch of the Sappi Farm Pack House, a $10 million Solomon dollar facility aimed at boosting cassava exports and value-added production for local and regional markets. Simon Tavake with the details.
It is now my great honor to declare the Sappi Farm Pack House officially open.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock and Sappi Farm today launched the Sappi Farm Pack House. The Sappi Farm Pack House was completed at a cost of around $10 million Solomon dollars. The pack house will see the export of frozen cassava tube to overseas market and the production of grated cassava for the regional market and cassava flavor for local consumption. Delivering the keynote address, Minister of Agriculture and Livestock Honorable Franklin Derek Wasi said the completion of the pack house is a clear demonstration of the government's commitment to strengthening the agri-food value chain in the country.
This occasion represents far more than the unveiling of a building, and it marks a defining moment in our journey towards agricultural transformation. It is a testament to what we can accomplish when the government, private enterprise, and rural communities unite under a common vision. The project is a remarkable example of collective investment and shared purpose. The scale and ambition of this initiative are very, very impressive. Sappi Farm spans 40 hectares, supported by 150 outgrowers across 2,550 hectares of land.
Australia's Deputy High Commissioner to Solomon Islands, Andrew Scheffel, in his remarks says Australia is proud to support the country's agriculture sector.
Now, we know the productive sector is a key priority of the Solomon Islands government, and it's not just cassava, but also cocoa, coconut, and other products as well. And these commodities are critical to the country's economic development, employing more Solomon Islanders and boosting exports from Solomon Islands to Australia, to the region, and to the rest of the world. And I'm delighted that Australia has contributed to these plans and helped them to become a reality with what we see here today. It's a real-life example of the deep and enduring partnership between Solomon Islands and Australia. It's a testament to what we can achieve when we work together in genuine partnership. As we know, agriculture is more than just an industry in Solomon Islands. It's a way of life that sustains and supports the livelihoods of the majority of the country's people.
Meanwhile, Sappi Farm Managing Director and Minister of Health and Medical Services, Dr. Paul Bosawai, describes the Sappi Farm Pack House launch as a dream come true.
I'm very excited and very happy that finally their dream come true this morning, that the Sappi Farm Pack House will be launched. It is Sappi Farm Pack House, but it is for the people, where people can come and sell their cassava. When they sell their produce, low pack house, of course they will receive the bulk of the money that coming from the pack house. So our role is to convert the root crops into cash and then give it back to the farmers.
The Sappi Farm Pack House stands as a significant milestone for the agriculture sector, promising economic opportunities through exports and job creation, while improving food processing standards within the Solomon Islands. Simon Tavake, SIBC TV.
The Ministry of Environment is actively monitoring developments along the Matanika River amid growing concerns over unregulated construction as officials work to enforce environmental laws and close legislative gaps. Andrea Mahanua reports.
The Ministry of Environment is monitoring current developments along the Matanika River to ensure compliance with environmental laws. Minister for Environment Polikap Paya confirmed this while responding to questions raised in Parliament.
Ministry Blomi continue to monitor development along the Matanika River to ensure compliance. In the event of any encroachment, we will enforce the requirements under the Environment Act and regulation to ensure this continuation of such activities.
In recent years, there has been a noticeable increase of structures encroaching the Matanika River, raising concerns over potential environmental impacts. Attorney General John Muria Jr. explains his office is working closely with the ministry to address legislative gaps.
In terms of legal gaps, Ministry and my chambers, they're working on the new environment bill. There are a number of things which were identified that previous Environment Act fall short of. And so it's ongoing now. There's, I think currently make second draft or third draft this time. but it's ongoing, and maybe I'll take note as well and giving all of the officers below me for look furthermore at provisions relating to this very important area.
Andrea Mahanwa for SIBC TV.
The Ministry of Health and Medical Services, in partnership with health stakeholders, has commenced a nationwide HPV catch-up vaccination campaign targeting girls aged 9 to 14 in an effort to combat cervical cancer. Alex Dedamu with the details.
The Ministry of Health and Medical Services, MHMS, in collaboration with its health partners, is currently rolling out the National Human Papillomavirus HPV catch-up vaccination campaign across the country. The HPV vaccine rollout targets young girls between the ages of 9 and 14 years old. The HPV is responsible for cervical cancer, which currently ranks as the topmost frequent cancer among Solomon Islands women, particularly those between the ages of 15 and 44, followed by breast cancer.
So very important because this one for a public health intervention whereby helping of girls blame me for protecting water, soldier blood for strong and by fight against him. This for HPV virus whereby protecting water from cervical cancer, low country blame.
The National Medical Store Cold Chain Coordinator, Mr. Aven Patson, confirmed that the catch-up campaign aims to reach 29,514 young girls in all 10 provinces.
So vaccines me CRM every provinces, so in current 10 provinces. So total girls that we expect for vaccinating, let's be catch-up 29,514. And total dose that imi karem lo country 30,000. So imi karem enough vaccines for nilana or the girls from Umilo age 9 to 14. So we already sent the vaccines law at provinces to Umi, except for Rendell by vaccine them this last Sunday. So 99% law provinces that are receiving vaccines. So vaccines are available every province is playing.
Minister of Health and Medical Services, Honorable Paul Bosawai, calls on all girls between the ages of 9 to 14 years to get vaccinated and all women to undergo cervical screening by age of 30 and onwards to avoid cervical cancer. Alex Dedamu, SIBC TV.
Now, the Sikayana Cultural Village came alive with the sound of drums and traditional songs on Wednesday as the community gathered to celebrate and preserve their Polynesian heritage through dance, weaving and storytelling. Andrea Mahanua reports.
The sound of beating drums echoed across the Sikayana Cultural Village on Wednesday as the locals came together to celebrate their heritage. The community showcased their vibrant traditions through weaving, cooking, traditional dancing, and singing. At the heart of the event was the commitment of preserving their cultural heritage.
One of me normally dream of cultural village is that me so much what not culture Sikayana have all about. What not everyday life of Sikayana him all about. Today you will keep out a youth blaming involved much outside world, especially from much of third world countries. You may go to much school, then you may know involved not the village way of life blaming. That time you do several cultures blaming has started to fade away and lose because you may not involved inside. So that is one aim of this cultural village. That you looking at the beginning your small girls or start for weaving basket, weaving mats, or the involved with the old people. Knowledge too.
The Cultural Village was established in 2016 as part of an initiative by authorities to promote the country's Polynesian cultures.
Start January, me remember 2016. I think we get them one email from Solomon Islands Visitors Bureau. That time we look at them a Polynesian Cultural Village somewhere called Honiara because Polynesian far away. Like Sikayana very far from tourists. So the one place where I'm a little bit closer to Honiara where I bring come tourists. So that's how we will start. January 2016, Then I think we will complete the first visitors from April. So that's how we will start now this ideal cultural village. Thanks to Fiona Tiama and late Stella Lucas.
The Sikayana settlement is now home to over 200 residents, most of whom refer to northeast Guadalcanal as their home.
Well, this one, all man blow me now. I think you could negotiate with them, the landowners. You got the schoolmates block at power, I think. That's how Daddy blow me story. I think my friend blame not Tasiboko. We had to everyone school of power before, so him story with him. So we will come about 1969, 1970. In fact, I grew up here. Me come here, me young yet go me still stop here yet. So, I mean, thanks to the landowners who log wale, me will here now. So me will must pay tribute to acknowledge him.
Andrea Mahanwa for SIBC TV.
Young Solomon Islanders have flocked to the two-day Study Australia Education Roadshow at the Heritage Park Hotel in Honiara, exploring study opportunities with top Australian universities. The event, hosted by Australia Awards Solomon Islands and the Australian High Commission, aimed to inspire and inform future scholars about pathways to study in Australia. Simon Tavake with the details.
The Australia Awards Solomon Islands, through the Australian High Commission Office, successfully completed its Study Australia Education Roadshow in Honiara today. Called the Study Australia Education Roadshow, the two-day exhibition, which began yesterday, brought together representatives from leading Australian universities and institutions. The event attracted a large number of young Solomon Islanders, all eager to explore study opportunities, ask questions, and discover educational pathways to Australia. Speaking to SIBC TV, Patrick Annie, Senior Business Development Manager at the Australian Trade and Investment Commission, Austrade, emphasized the importance of the event in building educational connections between the Solomon Islands and Australia.
It provides person-to-person exchanges. So, in the Pacific, what we mostly see about opportunities is based on an internet search or Google or, AI to try and capture what we're interested in as students seeking opportunities in Australia. This event provides insight basically right into the universities and how to go about actually getting into Australia in terms of visas, student visas, and it just provides that opportunity for students to, come and seek clarification on questions that they have that can't be answered when you're online.
Jean Uwesi, Vice President of the Solomon Islands Australia Alumni Association, also spoke highly of the initiative.
For me, Seleva, time me take him on Australia Awards scholarship, me no garam this for opportunity for story straight with the uni too. Yeah, can search online no choose him course and then hope for the best no one. Yeah, but this time, okay, the universities are come in person. So okay, the shortlisted students for Australia Awards or the high school students, okay, the were thinking of doing private sponsorship for study in Australia. Or the bar laki tu masya that ota save come story straight with the mota reps from university lo here ask him question. And so him ba good some helpful to mas oketa so that now oketa savena what for expect him or got any doubts or ask him straight to.
SIBC TV understands this is the third Study Australia Education Roadshow hosted by Australia through the Australian Awards Solomon Islands. Simon Tavake, SIBC TV.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.